G'day guys, Rana here from the Influencer Project, and today I want to talk to you about information versus implementation and a little strategy and framework that I use to just keep me on track. Now I was talking to a client, and one of the things they were waiting on was pulling the trigger on a strategy that we were planning out. Now this strategy had been in the works for a while, and every time we went to go and press go, there was always another thing that needed to be done, another reason that we had to stop, another thought or doubt or fear or frustration or question, and it was almost like a stall, right? Because I got thinking, when we think about things, it's really safe. You know, we have this space to create, and in the space to create, we can consider, we can entertain ourselves, and we can feel good about the possibility of what we're out to create without any real risk of anything happening, right? Because we're the only ones who know about it. As soon as we take that from internal and express it externally, and we start putting those thoughts into action and rubber hits the road, then we're actually exposed for people who say, I don't like what you're doing, they criticize what you're doing, maybe things don't go as well as what you thought, or they take longer than what you thought, and it becomes hard because now you've taken things from concept and you're now creating that concept and bringing it to life. It's like giving birth, right? It's hard work. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'm sure that most women would agree that it is hard work. When you give birth to any new idea, there is that phase at which we have to make that leap between what we know and what we don't. And it's a funny one. Information versus implementation. And I drew this for the client, and I said, okay, here's your choice right now. We have two paths that we can choose. I just want to draw it out to you. Path number one and path number two. Path number one, there are three steps in path number one that you're going to experience. Maybe not in this order, but this will be a great guide. And path number two, there are again three steps that you'll experience. And at the end of this, I want you to tell me which one and which path we're going to move down. So I said path one, we have action, and we have words. So first one is thinking about it, talking about it. Next one is doing about it, getting about it. What action starts to do, action creates a result. Now, whether that result is a good result or what we wanted or we don't, you're either gonna win or you're gonna learn. Either way, it's progress, right? Or we can talk about getting it perfect, not pull the trigger, and we're going to have reasons why we have to stop, or reasons why we can't start, or reasons why this won't happen, or reasons why that won't happen. Okay, so which one do you want? I want results, even if it means that it's going to be a tough learning. Totally. Okay, great, because this is progress, right? The next one is you're going to have a reward, because one thing I know is the more consistent you are at any one thing, you cannot help but get a reward or get something of value from it in the form of a lesson or a win, okay? And if you don't, if you go into the world of words and reasons, you're going to have regrets. If only I had of, if only I did, if I should have, I knew that and oh, that person will do something, oh, and you know, I had that idea once upon a time and you know, I just didn't do it. Fantastic, which one do you want to be? Like as I want the results and I want the reward. Perfect. Because your choice, path one, path two, guess what they have in common? Your life. And ultimately, it just starts with your choice. We can choose to think about it, or we can choose to do about it. We can choose implementation, or we can choose information. And there's a point where information needs to stop, and we need to act on the information we have and create wisdom through the experience of what's to come. And guys, I just wanted to share that with you because ultimately the client just grit their teeth, got that internal resistance that's always there whenever we start something new and we go into the unknown, and took the leap and got a phone call and got a win, you know, funnily enough. And look, it didn't turn out exactly like they'd hoped, but guess what? They learned something valuable. They've got a system that they've now proven. That system that they've now proven is now being tweaked and changed, and the results are getting better and better and better and better. And it all started with a choice. So my question to you is, what do you choose? Do you choose number one, action, or do you choose number two, words? Thought, action. Where are we? Where are you? Would love to hear your thoughts on the framework. Would love to hear your thoughts on information versus implementation. Hit me below and let's keep the conversation rolling. Until then, I'll catch you next time.